Hello again, it's Ivan here from CarolIvanAir.com, and in this video what we're going to do is look at the camera that I use. But before we go on to do that, the whole point of this video series is to make videos on a shoestring, and it may be that you don't need to go out and buy a camera. It may be that you already have something that you can use to make videos. If you've got a smartphone, an iPhone or an Android phone, they have these days some fantastic cameras built into them, video cameras built into them. You may have used them just so far to take snapshots, but the video quality on some of these is remarkable. I've seen some fantastic videos made with them. The other thing is, of course, if you're just intending to do sort of head and shoulders type shots and only ever in your home or your office, then the video that's built into most laptops nowadays, the video camera that's built into most laptops nowadays may well suffice. Give it a go, try it, play with it. But if you're insistent on going out and buying a camera specifically for making your videos, well, here's the one that I use. I'm not saying by any stretch of the imagination it's the best, but people have asked me what I use, and this is it. At the moment, I've actually pinched my wife's pocket digital camera to film this on. That's another thing you could use as well. This is a now obsolete camera. I picked it up on eBay very cheaply for, I think it was £50, which is what, about $65, $70. It is so simple to use. The benefits of it, well, it provides full HD, so you can sit and watch it on your TV at home if you want. So you can record in full HD. Simplicity I've mentioned. There really are only a couple of controls on this. This at the side here is the on-off switch. I don't know if you can see that's now glowing red there, and on the back screen here we've got the display. And this button is pressed once for record, and press it again to stop. You can zoom in and all that sort of stuff with it, but I would advise you don't do that because it's what's called a digital zoom. And the purpose of this video is not going into any technical details. But you may as well do that sort of editing on your PC rather than in camera. Other features that I find rather beneficial. It has an SD slot. The internal memory that it comes with is very small. It'll give you about a minute or two of video whatsoever. So you will need to invest in an SD card. I think I'm right in saying it takes up to 32 gig. I've got an 8 gig in there that is at full HD recording enough for an hour, and none of my videos ever go on that long, although it might seem as though they do to you. The other thing that it comes with is its own little USB plug. So you can plug that straight, it's built in, you can plug that straight into your laptop or your PC or your Mac, and download onto your computer from that. It also recharges through that as well. I tend not to use that though, I'll be honest, because to use that you have to take it off the tripod. This normally spends its life on the tripod unless I'm going out somewhere, in which case quite often I take the tripod with me anyway. In which case, leave it on the tripod, switch it off and just slip out the SD card that I showed you before. Pop that into an SD reader. Most laptops nowadays come with them, and most PCs do. If yours doesn't, you can pick up an a separate SD reader for, again, about £10, even less, less than $15 anyway, and slot that in there. So that's convenience itself. So I've gone through all that. The major factor that persuaded me that this was the camera to buy is this little thing here. I don't know if you can see that. It's just a little hole, and that is a socket that takes a microphone jack. So you can plug a microphone into it. Now, it might surprise you to know that sound is by far the more important of the two when it comes between a choice between sound and video quality. People will put up with dodgy video quality. They will soon switch off if your sound's not great. I hope you're still with me because I'm not recording this via a microphone. This is just the audio that comes direct to my wife's camera. But sound is key in all of this. So do whatever camera you choose, make sure it's got a 3.5mm socket there to plug in. a microphone. I've got my microphone still on here, but we'll talk about that in another video. But that's the camera that I use. Couple of minus points on it. I love it. You know, when I do take it out, you can see it's tiny. It can slip in my pocket or whatever. And the fact that it records in full HD, the fact that it's got a mic, love it. It's very simple, very cheap. The couple of points that I don't like is, one, it's got an internal battery. So if you're out in the field and you haven't charged it up, you can't just slip some more batteries in. It's fully rechargeable, obviously, but you can't just slip some more batteries in. That's it, your filming's done for the day, at least until you can get this recharged. The other is that in low light, it gives very grainy performance. It's not great performance, but I mean, hey, for 50 quid, $65, $70, what can you expect? Great little camera, I love it, and yes, one day I'll upgrade, but at the moment I don't see any need to. I'll see you soon.
Hi there. Well, clearly I'd intended that to be the end of the video, hadn't I? But I thought, hang on a minute, I better show you the camera that I was just filming the start of this video on. And here it is. It's my wife's little Panasonic Lumix, and having had a quick look at it, I think the image quality is rather better than on the ZI-8. However, you probably notice now, and I haven't been able to hear this yet for obvious reasons, that the sound quality, there ought to be a change in sound quality, because there was no microphone, so it was just using the internal mic within it, so there's no microphone input. And obviously on the ZI-8, which is what I'm filming on now, we've got this microphone attached. So that's given me an idea for later on in this series, but we'll come back to that. I'm still fermenting that idea. And I also mentioned in that other video a card reader for the SD cards. Well, if you haven't got one in the side of your laptop, you can get these external ones, and as I say, they're probably about I think it was less than £10 anyway, so less than $15. So it's got a little USB tail there that goes in, a little plug there, and it takes all sorts of different sizes of memory cards in there, and so that easily adapts a non-SD card or a non-memory card reading computer into a memory card reading computer, if that makes sense. Anyway, as I say, I thought you'd be interested in seeing Carol's camera, and I must admit that I might go into some sort of negotiations with her if I can see if I can use this rather more often. Carol's camera, so the difference between how that performs and the ZI-8 performs, and I'll just show you that little bit of kit as well. So, see you soon.